Hello friends, the video tonight is on the concept of Samatha versus Vipassana, or calm abiding versus insight. Many Buddhist teachers represent the idea that there are two competing paths to enlightenment that was presented by the Buddha. One path they theorize or claim is called Samatha or calm abiding, and the other path is called insight or Vipassana. Now the problem is when we review the suttas, which is the earliest literature of Buddhism, we find that nowhere in the suttas is the idea of two competing meditation practices presented, nor is Vipassana associated with the practice of meditation, nor is Samatha called a meditation technique. Neither are called meditation techniques. When there are four sutras in the discourses of the Buddha, or the suttas, that discuss meditation, and they go by various names, but they all include the suffix sati. And so, in sati, by the way, happens to be the seventh fold of the Noble Eightfold Path. And it just so happens that the term Vipassana doesn't even appear in any one of those four sutras, or suttas. So, we really have to reject the idea that the Buddha taught a meditation technique that he called Vipassana, and we also have to reject the idea that the Buddha invented a meditation technique that he called Samatha. In fact, if we read the discourses of the Buddha, we find that through the practice of meditation, which the Buddha called sati, we would arrive at a number of things which he called superior fruit, or mahapala is the Sanskrit term that he used for superior fruit. And some of that superior fruit would be shamatha in the form of jhana, or samadhi, and or insight, otherwise known as vipassana. And of course, by traveling through jhana, which we got to through the practice of sati, we would end up at liberation. So the sutras suggest that jhana is the doorway to insight, which is the doorway to liberation. There's no place in the sutras where we're told that no, you can bypass jhana or absorption and just get to insight if you want to. It's your choice. That's not in the suttas, but that certainly is presented by many meditation teachers. Now, when does this idea of two practice paths, when was it presented? And it appears in the Abhidhamma, so we can say that, okay, the idea dates back to about the 1st century BC, but it doesn't date back to the time of the Buddha, which was 5 centuries earlier. So, now is there a problem in that? Well, I think there is, and I think the problem is that when we conceive of a meditation technique and name it by one of the fruit or superior fruit of the contemplative life, then we get confused. We think that by practicing a specific meditation technique we'll only get, let's say, insight, and by practicing another meditation technique we will only get absorption or calm abiding, shamatha, jhana, whatever term you want to use. And by practicing yet another meditation technique, then we get kriya, or another meditation technique we get kundalini, and another meditation technique we get out-of-body experiences. That idea is not presented in the discourses of the Buddha, nor is it presented in the Yoga Sutras. Both talk about just leading a contemplative life, which is about being self-aware and practicing formal meditation techniques, and by leading such a life, we will acquire a general class of fruit, or phala, which included insight, out-of-body experiences, altered states of consciousness, otherwise known as jhana, and So thank you very much.